Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing non-immigrant visas, and we're specifically discussing this in the context of automatic visa extension granted in light of the coronavirus or COVID-19 outbreak here in the Kingdom of Thailand. For those who are unaware, we have recently seen an announcement wherein the Immigration Office has said that those in Thailand who arrived in Thailand on or after March 26th will automatically have their visas extended up until April 30th. The thing to take away from this is that is tourists specifically. Now, in a recent posting on the Thai immigration website, we'll go ahead and throw this up for folks who are unaware. Quoting directly, and this is from immigration.go.th. Notification of the Ministry of Interior dated April 7, 2020 grants permission to foreigners of all nationalities residing in Thailand an automatic visa extension for all visa types, including visa on arrival, P30, PP14, PP30, and PP90, which have not expired prior to March 26, 2020. My legal staff has looked at the Thai side of this, and in my limited way I have as well. They have said that this is not an overly accurate translation insofar as it may implicitly be viewed to pull in non-immigrants, because it says all visa types including. The way they have said that they would have translated it is they would have said all of the following visa types. Now, I'm not trying to disdain people for doing their translations. Everybody's just trying to get through this and figure out how best to legally maintain their status. But to be clear, P30, PP14, PP30, PP90, as well as visa on arrival and visa on arrival is its own thing. But the PP categories, those are essentially visa exemption stamps. Depending on the nation where one hails from, they may get a different amount of time automatically granted to them in Thailand depending on their nationality. So it looks to me like this does not cover non-immigrants. At the same time, the overall regulatory structure is so vague and the situation is so fluid right now that it's possible it could cover them. I'm going to now differentiate in this video between two different classes or categories of people, if you will. One, visa extenders, and two, multi-entry non-immigrant visa holders, because these folks are going to do things, or I think that there's advice for them of a different nature. Extenders, keep extending. If you would otherwise have been extending in April your Thai business visa, for example, your business visa extension, keep doing that. That's my advice, because it does not look like anything in the regulatory structure says, A, you cannot keep extending, nor does it say you can maintain your status past April the 30th just by dint of the fact that coronavirus is out there. So if your visa is coming up between now and the end of the month, then you need to go ahead and extend as you always would. Otherwise, you can end up being considered out of status, or in a sense, okay, yeah, theoretically you could finish out the month, but it's sort of, you're just neutralized. Your visa is extinguished if they don't continue this concession that they've granted to folks. And I don't even think it applies to non-immigrants anyway. So if you're in extension status, just keep extending as you always have. Meanwhile, non-immigrant multiple entry visa holders, I think you're in a much more difficult position, and I think you're probably going to have to muddle through this much more with more effort, if you will, than the other folks. You don't fall into extension status directly, and you don't necessarily fall into tourist status, which is clearly covered by the regs. I think in theory, if your visa was expiring, for example, on April the 20th, I think in theory this may, I stress may, cover you up until April the 30th. However, again, my legal staff has said they've read this multiple times, they've talked to immigration. It doesn't look like it covers the non-immigrant categories. So if you're in a multi and your time's running up, that can be a real problem for you. If, however, you're on a multi and, for example, a multiple entry B or even a multiple entry O based on marriage, but you have a work permit and a company to sponsor you, you can apply for an extension. And April may be a good time to seriously consider that, notwithstanding this amnesty, because it remains to be seen what countries bordering Thailand are going to reopen their borders. It remains to be seen if it's going to be easy to even do a border run after this. So if you're in multi-entry status and you have the ability to get over into extension status, now is probably the time to seriously consider that. But long story short, with respect to this video, based on our research, based on what I'm looking at, and obviously I can be flawed. I'm not the end-all be-all font of all Thai immigration information. But it looks to me like non-immigrant visa category is not necessarily covered by this amnesty, and for that reason, extension folks need to continue extending, and those who are in multiple entry status might need to reconsider their status. If it's possible to extend, go ahead and do that. If not, contact a legal professional and try to figure out a way to get through this as best one can.